Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that affects almost every single one of us. Whether we realize it or not, the social echoes of our online lives. We're talking about filter bubbles and how they're quietly amplifying the divisions in our society. It's a huge topic, so let's get started. First, what exactly is a filter bubble? Picture this. You log onto your favorite social media site. The feed you see is perfectly tailored for you. It's filled with news from sources you like, opinions from people you agree with, and ads for products you've recently searched for. It feels comfortable, right? It feels personalized. But this curated reality is the work of complex algorithms. These algorithms are designed to keep you engaged, to keep you scrolling. And how do they do that? By showing you more of what you already like and agree with. This creates an invisible bubble around you, filtering out different perspectives and challenging viewpoints. You're essentially living in an echo chamber where your own beliefs are constantly reinforced, and alternative views are rarely seen. The term filter bubble was coined by internet activist Eli Pariser way back in 2011. He warned that this personalized filtering would isolate us from information that could challenge or broaden our worldview, and he was right. Think about it. When was the last time you saw a political post on your feed that genuinely made you reconsider your own stance? For many of us, it's been a while. Instead, we see content that confirms what we already think. If you lean left, your feed is likely a stream of progressive news and commentary. If you lean right, you'll see a constant flow of conservative content. The algorithm isn't trying to be biased. It's just doing its job, which is to maximize your engagement. And it turns out, we're most engaged when we're seeing our own beliefs echoed back at us. This is known as confirmation bias, and algorithms have become experts at exploiting it. So why is this a problem? A little comfort and confirmation don't sound so bad, do they? The issue arises when these individual bubbles scale up to a societal level. When entire groups of people are only consuming information that reinforces their existing worldview, it becomes incredibly difficult to find common ground. We start to see the other side not just as people with different opinions, but as misinformed, illogical, or even malicious. This is where the real division begins. The nuances and complexities of major issues get lost. Instead of a healthy debate, we get two opposing sides shouting into their own echo chambers, becoming more and more convinced of their own righteousness and the other side's ignorance. This digital separation bleeds into the real world, affecting our relationships, our communities, and even our political landscape. We lose the ability to empathize with people who think differently because we're no longer exposed to their perspectives in a meaningful way. Let's look at a concrete example. Consider a controversial topic like climate change. Inside one filter bubble, you'll find a constant stream of articles about scientific consensus, melting ice caps, and calls for urgent action. Anyone questioning the severity is dismissed. In another bubble, the feed is filled with articles questioning climate models, highlighting the economic costs of regulation and stories about scientific dissent. Anyone advocating for strong climate policy is labeled an alarmist. Both bubbles are operating on different sets of facts and different trusted sources. They're not just disagreeing on the solution. They're disagreeing on the very nature of the problem. This makes productive conversation almost impossible. We're not just arguing. We're living in separate realities. This polarization isn't just about disagreement. It's a fundamental breakdown of shared understanding. The consequences of this are serious. A society that can't agree on basic facts is a society that can't solve its problems. When we're trapped in our echo chambers, we become more susceptible to misinformation and disinformation. Fake news spreads like wildfire within a group that's already primed to believe it. Why? Because it aligns with the group's pre-existing narrative. A shocking headline that confirms your worst fears about the opposition is much more likely to be shared without a second thought. And once it's shared, the algorithm picks it up and shows it to more like-minded people. It's a vicious cycle that erodes trust in traditional institutions like journalism, science, and government. We stop trusting sources that challenge our bubble and double down on the ones that confirm it, no matter how unreliable they may be. This erosion of trust is one of the most damaging effects of filter bubbles on a democratic society. So, we've painted a pretty bleak picture. Is there any way out? Are we doomed to live in these digital echo chambers forever? The good news is no. We have the power to pop our own filter bubbles. The first step is simply awareness. Understanding that your online experience is being curated by an algorithm is a huge leap forward. Once you're aware, you can start to take active steps to diversify your information diet. It's like balancing your food diet. You need a variety of nutrients to be healthy. The same goes for information. Here are a few practical things you can do. First, actively seek out viewpoints that are different from your own. Make a conscious effort to follow people, publications, and creators on social media who hold different political or social views. You don't have to agree with them, but simply exposing yourself to their arguments can help you understand their perspective. Tools like All Sides and The Flip Side are great for seeing how different news outlets are covering the same story. Second, be critical of what you share. Before you hit that share button on an article that makes you angry or emotional, take a moment. Do a quick search. Is the source credible? Are other outlets reporting the same thing? A few seconds of fact-checking can stop the spread of misinformation in its tracks. Third, adjust your platform settings. On many platforms, you can give feedback on the content you see. You can tell the algorithm you're not interested in certain topics or that you want to see less of a particular type of content. While it's not a perfect solution, it can help nudge the algorithm in a more balanced direction. Also, try using search engines in private or incognito mode. This prevents the search engine from using your past search history to influence your results, giving you a more neutral set of information. It's a small change that can make a big difference over time. Finally, and this might be the most important one, have more conversations offline. Talk to your friends, family, and neighbors, especially those you know you disagree with. Real, face-to-face conversations are full of nuance that gets lost online. You can see body language, hear the tone of voice, and recognize the shared humanity in the person across from you. It's much harder to demonize someone when you're sharing a coffee with them. These real-world connections are the ultimate antidote to digital division. They remind us that behind every profile and every opinion is a complex human being, not just a label or a stereotype. Breaking free from our social echoes isn't easy. The algorithms are powerful, and the comfort of confirmation is alluring. But it's essential for the health of our society and for our own intellectual growth. By becoming more mindful consumers of information, by actively seeking out different perspectives, and by prioritizing real-world connections, we can start to bridge the divides that filter bubbles have amplified. It's just about reclaiming our ability to think critically and to engage with the world in all its messy, complicated glory. It requires effort, but it's a fight worth fighting. Thanks so much for watching. This is a topic I'm really passionate about, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. Have you noticed a filter bubble in your own online life? What strategies do you use to find different perspectives? Let me know in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more deep dives into the way technology is shaping our world. See you in the next one.